Welcome to the September 25, 2023 meeting of the Library Board. Will the staff secretary call roll, please?
Maria Fisk,
Present.
Sophia Moreno,
Present.
Lakshmi Rao, Kayla Scott, Eileen Speaker,
Here.
Kim Ryan Unidad.
Here.
Thank you. Next, we'll do the Pledge of Allegiance. Will Board Member Speaker please lead the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Will the secretary read the procedures for addressing the Library Board today, please?
Citizens addressing the board during public comment are asked to approach the podium and are limited to 3 minutes, unless extended by the chair, and must be regarding items that are not listed on the agenda and are with the city's jurisdiction. The Brown Act does not permit any action or discussion on items not listed on the agenda. No action will be taken on items addressed under public comment.
I will now open for any public comment. Seeing none, we'll move on. Next on the agenda is the approval of minutes from our last meeting on July 24th, 2023. Do you need a few minutes to review it?
I don't.
Good.
I move that we approve the meeting minutes.
Do we have a second?
I second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Minutes are approved. Moving on to the next section. Next on the agenda is item 6.1, the Friends of the Library presentation.
Fast. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Good to see you this evening. I'm Melissa Roden. I'm on the board of the Friends of the Roseville Public Library, and thank you so much for inviting me here this evening. I'm super excited to share with you about our organization, and I'm going to pretend like I don't see myself up there. So the Friends of the Roseville Library, about 50 years ago, a group of local citizens got together and decided that they needed to help promote libraries and reading and create an opportunity for citizens to have access to books in our community. And so I really haven't done that much of my own research. I can't sit here and tell you our full history, but we are celebrating 50 years this year. We are trying to put together a proclamation to be recognized at a future city council meeting, and we're doing a lot of things to celebrate this fabulous ceremony for ourselves for the 50 years. And so I'm here to tell you a little bit more about the Friends and what we've been up to. A little less than 5 years ago, I had a friend send me an email saying, you love books, you love to read, you've got little free libraries in front of your house, you love doing things in the community. I think this group would be so great for you. And little did I know how much it would change my life and just how passionate I would become about this cause and all that we are doing to help support the Roseville libraries and outreach within the community to support reading for youth all the way through adults. And every year we keep adding more and more opportunities and helping to supplement the city's budget when it comes to the libraries, and we just have lots of great ideas coming our way, and we do our best to try to fulfill those wishes and to meet those financial demands wherever we can. For those of you who don't know, the Friends of the Roseville Public Library is an all-volunteer nonprofit organization. Nobody gets paid on the board or for any of the work that they do behind the scenes, putting together events. And and then all the funds that are raised are allocated to the library, basically. So it's a really great win-win situation that we have with the city, and we have the fabulous support of Natasha, who is our city representative, and she's always at all of our board meetings and kind of presenting what the city's needs are, and then we discuss it and do what we can to try to fund those. So today I'm going to go through some of the things that we currently have in place that we do, and then I'm going to discuss some of the ways the city uses our funds, and then I'm going going to discuss some of our current needs for anybody who's interested in participating with the Friends in the future. So the thing that we're most known for is our book sales and our bookstores. Each of the local libraries, the 3 libraries, has a book collection bin in the lobby of the libraries where anybody can come and donate books, any sort of media that they don't want anymore. A lot of people have estates and they're just looking to offload like large amounts of books and reading materials, and so we're a good home for all of that. We have a group of people at all of our libraries who are assigned to the bookstores, and they sort through those materials and display them, and then those are then sold at the library, and that is what our bookstores are for. Our book sales, most of those come from the downtown library, which is where we have our largest sorting space and place to store things. And so our book sales are sort of headed at the downtown library, and we do those on a quarterly basis, and sometimes we have supplemental book sales that are more genre or niche. And so I think just off the top of my head, the book sales and bookstores end up financing over $30,000 a year is about what our income is from those. So it's a really large portion. It could even be closer to $35,000 at this point. Since there aren't any used bookstores in our city anymore, the nearest one is over in Citrus Heights. It's Half Price Books. There's a real need in our community for teachers, for youth, for people to have access to books that they can take home. And so we help to provide that resource to them. The next thing that we do we have a quarterly trivia night. That's just a fun community outreach event. We raise anywhere from $800 to $1,200 on those trivia nights. They're always held at Monk's Cellar. We're helping to support a local business, bringing them business, and then they give us the home in which to have our trivia nights. And they're a really fun thing. A lot of people end up joining and becoming a member of the Friends at those events. We have 2 annual events. One we just had this past weekend. It was our 6th one, and that's called Tequila Mockingbird. And Tequila Mockingbird is more of an adult-themed event with literary-themed appetizers and cocktails, and we have local businesses come and they'll prepare an appetizer, a small serving portion of it, or a cocktail that they have custom blended, and then they give it a fun name related to something literary, and then we have a contest where we recognize the winner. Each of the people who attend the event get to pick their favorite for the night, and then they get a fun little trophy to take home and display at their business. And so it's really well attended. I think it's a great way to have goodwill in the community, and so that's been a popular event, and that tends to raise between $8,000 to $15,000 on average, depending on the year. This year we were competing with a couple of other big local events that were similar themes, so it was a little bit harder to get people. Our second major annual event that we have, and we've only had 2 of them, we'll be having our 3rd one this upcoming year. It's called Potterverse, and Potterverse is more family-oriented. We wanted something that people could attend with their whole family that goes and it's playing on a local, not a local, but a very popular, genre, the wizarding world. And so that has grown substantially in the first 2 years, and I think it's going to continue to grow in the future. It has a really good response from the public. We get people from all over coming to that event. And for those of you who have never been, it's just very interactive. We provide activities for parents we've had adults who want to come just by themselves without kids, and so they get to make wands, they get to do potions, we have people dressed up as characters putting on different acts and presentations, and it's just kind of everything you could think of that's wizarding or Harry Potter themed we feature at that event, and that will be at My Do Library this next year. That in its first year raised $7,000, that's what it netted, and this past year it netted over $12,000, and we have ambitions for continuing to grow it. Our goal for this upcoming year is $15,000. 15,000. Eventually, I'd like to get it closer to like 20, because I think it just has a lot of potential, and it's a really great way to interact with the community and show them that the Friends isn't just all about collecting books and selling books. I mean, we want to interact with books. And so on that note, another way that we're interacting with books is this past year we applied for and were recipients of one of the city's grants through the CBR and REACH program. And so we received a $10,000 grant that's being used for the Roseville Reads program. It was one of Natasha's dreams to bring to Roseville, and mine too. I just love featuring books. And so we are going to be doing a book called Psalm for the Wild Built, and it's a fun piece of literature that can really reach a large audience of people, and we will be doing that in the spring of next year and having a lot of activities that are related to various aspects of our community. We'll be doing art, we'll be doing a panel of people to discuss the book. We'll have activities for high school age students, and just it's still in the works, so I don't have too many details yet, but I'm really looking forward to being a part of that. So, and then finally, we go out and represent at the booths at local community events. In addition, we have a scholarship program. We give out 2 high school scholarships every year. This isn't really anything that directly benefits the city, but we're helping to support students who love to read. And so we're doing that through the Roseville Joint Union High School District. We have a Friends of the Library Teen Committee that helps out at a variety of events, and they get to be involved. This year, we're going to be putting up a mural at the Riley Library, and we're also helping to fill book boxes, purchase and fill book boxes to go out to all of the adventure clubs. And then we're right now putting together boxes of books for the Maui survivors who lost their books. So, and a lot of times other people will come to us with different needs for communities like the wildfires in Paradise and things where we'll go ahead and try to put together. We get so many donations, so we like them to go to a good cause. Let's see here. In terms of what we've funded, how am I doing on time? I am not keeping track. Okay. So in terms of things that we've helped to fund, in the past we've donated, years back it was maybe around $30,000 a year. When I first joined 5 years ago, it was about $50,000. This year we are donating over $70,000 to different programs and resources for the Roseville libraries. All the things that I've discussed already. In addition, we fund the summer reading program, help with all the activities, paying the people who come out and do things with the kids, all the prizes that are involved, the marketing that's involved for the summer reading program, the third grade initiative that gets library cards into the hands of all the third graders throughout the district and really helps to bring their families in if they're not already as knowledgeable about the libraries. 1,000 Books Before Kindergarten, the online tutoring program that's available through the website, Canopy, Newsbank, Vox Books, and then something that was added recently in the past couple of years was Culture Without Borders, and so we're helping to support that program. And then finally, this past year, the library did a major overhaul of their website. I'm sure you're all totally aware of that. So the Friends donated $17,000 to help with that website interface and making it more user-friendly for the community so they don't have to go to all different sources, so that they can just go to one spot and access everything that they need from the library. I'm probably forgetting things, but that gives you a pretty broad spectrum of what we are, what we do, and how we help support the city. So I need to take this opportunity to put it out there that we are a very, very small board. We only have 7 people. We could have up to 15 people on our board. We're really trying hard to put the word out there about what we do and to get more leadership. The people who are on our board are all volunteers. We work really hard. Some of us we all have full-time jobs and families, and, we try to do as much as we can, but our time and energy is limited. And so anybody who's interested in getting involved with the Friends of the Library, you don't have to be on the board. We have other positions that we need help with. We need someone to help with corporate membership and recruiting and managing, a newsletter editor. We send that out quarterly, or we want to, but we don't have anybody to do it right now. A To Kill a Mockingbird chairperson, Matt, who's been leading up To Kill a Mockingbird for the past 6 years, is kind of done. He's ready to move on. He needs to do other things. So we need somebody to come in and help take that over. Our trivia night, I mean, we're talking maybe 5 hours of your time once a quarter to put together the trivia night. Our FOLTC group, that's another thing. It's been really successful in the past. I know Sophia's been interested in participating on that, and guess who's done all that and does not have the time for it anymore? So we're just having to unfortunately let some things go that are really essential. So we need people to come and help out with that, a historian, a grant writer, membership recruitment chair, and then finally, our Riley Library needs a manager for their bookstore. So we have a great manager at the downtown and the Maidu, but Riley, their person had to move on to, she moved. So yeah, there's a lot of needs that we have, but we want to keep trying to do the best that we can, and so I'd be happy to answer any questions. That was a lot of information. Sorry.
It was great.
Was it? Was it okay? Did I go way over my 10 minutes?
Yeah, it's too bad you do so little. That was a long list. Impressive
We
list.
do a lot. Like I
good.
said, I'm extremely proud to be a part of this organization, and I just am very passionate about it and tell everybody I meet anywhere about the Friends. So
Chairperson Unidad is another advocate.
Yeah, even before you came here, for several months I've been advocating for us to all sign up as members for the Roseville
That would be
Friends
great.
of Library. And I think all of us almost did sign up. And then when you had your annual elections, I believe, which was a few months ago, I know you got reelected for 2 more years or something. I was there. And I reported it back here to my colleagues that you're looking for some volunteers for some leadership positions and other volunteer positions. And of course, thank you for all that you do. I hope the Grants Commission sees the benefit of what they give to you. And I was just gonna ask, do you have a strong presence in social media like Facebook? Maybe we can help you reach out to some of there's some local groups like West Park or Arcona that we can show them that you're looking for volunteers or officers or things like that. Maybe they might be interested.
That's a great question. Thank you very much. First of all, on your first point about membership, I did not mention that in here. That is one of our other forms of revenue, and our memberships are only $15 for a whole year. I mean, it's really like less than 2 coffees at Starbucks, probably. So we would love for more people to become members. It's just like a tiny thing that you could do. Out of this community of over 150,000 people, we have less than 400 members in our Friends, and it's really kind of sad considering. As far as social media, we don't have as much of a presence as we would like to. At this point, Matt's handling the To Kill a Mockingbird, I handle Potterverse, and our book sale person handles our book sales. We did just get somebody that was one of the items on my current needs, and we just filled our social media chairperson, so hopefully we'll be having more of a presence. We are already interacting with the Key Club regional director, so anytime we have events, we send it out to them. We are affiliated with and a partner with the National Charity League. We do have, when we had the FOLTC, we had a representative at each of the local high schools who would help pass on information about our organization and all of our events. But you're right, anything we could do on social media to help promote the teen. The thing is, we just, as I said before, we're so limited in what we can manage, and I personally was the one who was kind of like growing the FOLTC, the teen committee, and it's a big job, and I just couldn't really manage it, and nobody else on the board could take it on. So we can go out there and get their help, the teens, but if we don't have somebody to help, keep it organized and communicate with them on a regular basis, it's really hard to sustain that. So, but yeah, thank you. We had a lot of West Park volunteers and Roseville High School volunteers at our Tequila Mockingbird event. They were really great. The teens came and helped us set up. Some of them stuck around for the event. And Potterverse, we get tons of high schoolers at those events as well to help out with those events. So
Yeah, to think that Harry Potter was written during my time in.
yeah. Yeah, it's been around for a little while, huh?
So I'd like to also open this up to the rest of the board for comment, questions.
Thank you, Melissa, for everything you do for our community. We know you're hustling and hope that we can come up with some ideas of other board members for you, because to have double the person power would be really
It would make a huge difference.
immense. Yeah,
It
so
would.
thank you for sharing this need with us to get our wheels turning. Yeah.
Thank you.
Any other questions from the board?
No, I'm good.
Well, I will say our board meetings are open to the public, and we meet on the second Monday of each month at 5 o'clock. If anybody's interested, quarterly we meet in person, but otherwise they're on Zoom. So I'm happy to, include any of you in that. If you'd like to come and just listen to what we're doing, that would be fine with me. I'd be happy to do that.
Thank you. Now I'd like to open this to public comment. Is there any public comment? Seeing none, we'll move on to the next agenda item. Thank you again, Melissa.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda is item 6.2, the Libraries and Culture Report from Natasha.
Hi, good evening, board members. We have a really quick update with this evening. A lot to talk about as far as arts and culture that I'd like to share with you. I first want to talk about a brand new mural that was just installed at the Maidu Community Center. This was unveiled in August with a partnership with Blue Line Arts, and they brought in the teens from the Pro Youth and Families group with the Maidu artist Tiffany Adams to create a mural focusing on different themes of community, ingenuity, and inclusion. The project was funded by Blue Line's annual Fund a Need program, which seeks to involve at-risk youth in community art projects. And the second mural was already briefly mentioned by Melissa in her presentation, that the Friends of the Library are funding a new mural on the exterior of the Riley Library in honor of the 50th anniversary. This is a rendering of the design by artist Liv Lucy Unger. Liv is a Bay Area muralist who was chosen after selection by the Friends of the Library Board. We anticipate completion of the mural sometime in December, weather permitting. We've talked about this before at the board meeting, but I did want to update everyone that our automated materials handling system, the contract was approved by City Council on September 6th, and the company that was chosen is called FE Technologies. This will replace our existing system that was installed in 2014, so almost 10 years old now. It is our RFID, radio frequency tagging, our self-check stations, and security gates. The original installation resulted in increased efficiencies for customers and staff in the lending and returning of library materials. RFID tags and security gates decrease loss of inventory. Our customer privacy increased with the ability to check out materials at a self-check station, and this also reduced wait times at our public service desks. Since the installation, nearly 10 million items have circulated. These systems are designed to have a lifespan around 8 years. And with that amount of usage the system has seen, and the lifespan past the replacement date, we deal with system outages and failures on an increasing basis, creating a negative experience for our library customers. An RFP was issued in 2022 with an approved budget of $800,000. We are happy to report that our chosen vendor comes in under cost and delivers a much improved system for our libraries. As the city continues to grow and our library materials lending and visitation increases, we have a need to take advantage of new systems and maintain the high level of customer service that our community expects. The new automated materials handling system is a fully scalable system that allows the libraries to build sorting systems that sort items into as many bins as we can fit into our sorting facilities. The libraries can reduce materials handling of items by sorting into multiple destinations. With the sort, the libraries can receive holds and items can be placed in pre-sorted totes. Libraries have the flexibility of staff return units and bins. This means that a customer can return an item, and it will be checked in automatically by the system, and that returned items get back onto the shelves for other customers much sooner, with staff having fewer touch points for each item. A new mobile checkout app is coming as well, and it's downloaded via the Apple Store or Google Play. It allows customers with any smartphone to borrow items from anywhere in the library. The customer simply logs into one of the apps using the library credentials and scans the barcode of the item that they wish to borrow with their phone. The item is automatically checked out, and the customer can leave the library without the alarm sounding. In 2022, we saw an increase of 24% in library visitation and a 10% increase in the number of items that customers borrowed compared to the previous year. This volume makes a tremendous impact on our staff workload. Having the ability to offset these increases with the advent of improved technologies helps us keep staffing costs down and allow our staff to focus on more public-facing programs and services. The new system further increases efficiencies in the time it takes to return library materials to the shelves, allows for more self-service options similar to a retail environment. And then my last update for this evening is to update you all that once again we have applied for the Institute of Museum and Library Services National Medal. I submitted our application earlier this month. The medal is the nation's highest honor for libraries, and this is the second year submitting that application. This year we were honored to have Congressman Kiley submit the nomination on our behalf. The finalists will be announced in the spring of '24, with the winners being announced in June. And I'll be happy to take any questions you have about these or other items.
I'd like to open this up to the board for comment and questions.
I have a question. Is that, did I heard it right, $800,000 budget? Is that for the three?
That's the all-inclusive system for all of the 3 library branches, every bit of the technology, the installation, and the first year of service.
And you said that the vendor actually is charging us less than what we were budgeting for, something like that? So we're getting a discount or something?
Well, no, our total project budget that we had was $800,000, and then we accepted RFPs from several different vendors. The vendor that we chose, their total project cost is around $710,000, so we are saving almost $90,000. That's just the cost of that vendor.
Oh, that's good. I think we should show that gold medal committee that we're good at handling our finances too. That's it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Natasha, was this different than the banner that's out front talking about being a finalist?
So the National Recreation and Parks Association, which is the professional organization for parks and recreation professionals, they annually award a gold medal in parks and recreation. Because we're a blended department, our banner is Parks, Recreation, and Libraries. We are the second year that the Roseville has been a finalist for that, and that medal will be awarded in October at the NRPA National Conference in Dallas, Texas.
Okay, thank you. Any other comments from the board or questions? I'll now open it up to public comment. Seeing none, we'll move on. Thank you, Natasha. That was an excellent update. Moving on to the next section, which is board member, commissioner, and staff reporting. I open this up if anyone has anything they'd like to bring up. Open it up to the board. Staff.
Madam Chair, I'll note that we don't need to open public comment for this particular section, for this particular item.
Okay. Next on the agenda is item 8, which is adjournment. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
I'll move to adjourn.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. The September 25th, 2023 Library Board meeting is adjourned at 6:30 PM. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.